Hello everyone, my name is Pixelriffs. Welcome to your Sunday Minecraft live stream. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all having a good weekend. Hope everyone's doing good. Got my cup of tea, we're ready to play some Minecraft. Minecraft is hiding itself in the background. Give me 2 seconds here. Put that on windowed mode so you can actually see it. There we go. Fev, since last stream you beat the Ender Dragon, visited the Outer End Islands, raided the Woodland Mansion. You're now in Endgame. Congrats on the Endgame. Thank you for the 5 bits, and thank you to True Purple who came in early with a resub for 2 months. Thank you so much for the 2 months of support. So here we are. Welcome back. Welcome back to Castle Fortnite with the N-I-G-H-T rather than the N-I-T-E. How have I been? I've been good. It's been good. Been working on some house stuff over the weekend, and the Hermitcraft recap, of course. But yeah, I trimmed the hedge back even further over the weekend, so I've had a little bit less time than usual to play Minecraft over this weekend. But I think it's going all right. I think it's all going all right. Is my tea mug enchanted? It is. It's got that glow. CN with a host. Thank you so much for the early host. Great stuff. Like the video on how I make a Hermitcraft recap. Thank you. I can't take any credit for it. That was basically entirely Zloy XP, aside from the bits that I was in, I guess. We recorded those back in December, and it's just taken this long to actually put that video together. Because a lot has happened since then. We've had a lot of, a lot of stuff that has taken up our time. He's had commissions for books. The survival guide took off. You know, we were planning on releasing that a lot earlier. We have Ethan with a host as well. Thank you. Thank you for running a zombie on my face. But, oh, RIP chicken. There we go. Am I doing anything on the 20th stream-wise because it's your birthday? Oh, I don't know, actually. 20th, no, I mean, if it's a Saturday, probably not. Saturday is usually the day we get the Hermitcraft recap done, so I can't guarantee a stream because depending on like what time of day it is we do the Hermitcraft recap, I don't always have that much time for other stuff. We will see. I might release a video depending if we can get some Cobble Clicker recorded or anything like that. Also depends also on how fast I gain subs this week, because we're only 3,000 subs away from 100,000 on the YouTube channel, and oh boy, I have no idea what I'm doing still. I haven't even prepared like a video for the eventuality because I haven't even been thinking about it, and I've spent so much time on survival guide episodes that I just haven't put any thought into, hey, here's what I'm going to do if we hit 100k. So, I don't know. We'll do a vlog. We'll do something. Obviously, eventually, if I get my silver play button, we'll do an unboxing for that. But, yeah, wow. 100,000. It's crazy. Shane is here. Hello, Shane. Ultimo. Ethan. Rio. Dalfred. Absolutely love the Skyblock with Zloy XP. Smooth block. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. We haven't done that for a couple of weeks just because we've been busy with other stuff. Been getting subs pretty quickly recently. I know, turns out if you make a tutorial series in Minecraft, people come and watch it. Speaking of which, that's what you're here for, so let's actually play some video games. Oh, I'm zoomed in. I'm in too deep. I was making some thumbnails for tomorrow's episode already, which, for a sneak peek for you guys, I have a shulker box full of ender pearls and a Riptide 3 trident. So who's the boss now? That's right. It's me. Swoosh. Yeah, using that with a shield in your hand is not the best in terms of, like, first-person view, but, yep, won't be needing fireworks for a while. He says, running into a wall. I need to put this end stone away. When did I get another trident? It was in one of the recent episodes. It happened while I was... Gosh, what was I even doing at that point? I think I was flying back from killing a polar bear, or... No, it wasn't killing a polar bear. It was eating everything in the game, is what it was. It was the episode where we ate everything and got the... and got most of the way to the balanced diet advancement. Because, yeah, we ended up... I ended up going to a... Not like a coral reef, but a warm ocean that's near the witch hut, and finding a tropical fish to eat there, and while I was there, a drowned attacked me with a trident, and he dropped it. So I have a trident now, again. Fev, you got a Elytra? Exciting times. Always great to get your first pair of Elytra. Should do a face reveal for 100k. It's so funny how many people like still ask for that on my YouTube videos, despite the fact that I'm here and visible. You have 17 tridents in your survival world. You're either a bedrock player or somebody with a drowned farm. Well done either way. It's midnight in Australia right now on a Monday. You should go to bed, but you're going to watch the stream. Hey, go to bed if you need to, dude. I don't want to keep you up. I'm even starting my stream a little bit earlier today, but I understand it's very late on the opposite side of the world. So I guess if it's... I don't know if it's like school holidays for everybody or not right now, but here in the UK, it tends to be like the Easter holidays around this time. So, yeah, I would not be surprised if some folks don't have to worry about school timings and whatnot right now. Savage Rabbit, can't watch the stream today. Just wanted to pop in and wish me a good stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind of you to swing by. Hey, Devsy, what's up? Just 10 a.m. where you are? Aha. United States East Coast, I imagine. It's around that, right? 5 hours different. Why is it easy to get a Trident in Bedrock? Because all Drowned have a chance to drop one. And I think they have a greater chance to spawn with a Trident as well. I think like 15% of Drowned spawn holding a Trident, and then they have an extra loot table on top of that that gives you a chance to drop the Trident, whereas on Java, I think it's a very small percentage of Drowned actually have a Trident in the first place, and then they are the only ones who can drop a Trident. Also on Bedrock, the Drowned who convert from zombies in zombie spawners, or anywhere in the world, if a zombie drowns and converts into a Drowned, then they still have the same loot tables, whereas on Java, converted zombies can't drop Tridents. They can't have Nautilus shells, that kind of stuff. So basically, yeah, you are given 5 different opportunities to get a Trident on Bedrock, whereas on Java you just have to find a Drowned with a Trident and hope you get lucky. Basically, Bedrock is easier, more or less. Yeah. I need to move this dog. Lord Schmittenwarden III suddenly sprang to me when I came back from the Nether one time. I think it's because I got attacked by a zombie outside of the house, and the dog's kind of moved around. There he is. Sit. Stay. Good dog. Hey, Sebimon. I'm well. How are you? V Gates. Thank you for tuning in from Germany. Very kind of you. Does Java have blast furnaces yet? No. The Java edition is on basically like a pre-release of 1.14 now, so it should be like the whole Village and Pillage update should be arriving to Java in the next couple of weeks, if I had to guess. But I don't know for certain. I'm not privy to any kind of special info about that stuff, so zero idea. But I'm hoping it'll be soon because I am champing at the bit to do some of the stuff in Village and Pillage. And I also want to effect a couple of changes around this castle that will only really be possible when 1.14 comes out and I have access to things like red nether brick slabs, for example. Yeah, 1.14 pre-2 is what we're on right now, which is not obviously like any kind of complete pre-release, but it's getting there. It's getting closer. So I'm working on doorways and stuff around the castle today on this stream. I think that's probably what we're going to do. I need to work on like little porches and stuff. So it's going to be back and forth. What I want to do also is make a big gateway here and do something about this castle gate here. So we will see. Where's Joel Doggan? Joel Doggan's over there. He's hanging out. Him and Lime Dog are just chilling at the front of the farm. I need some more stone, though. I mean, I don't need to mine it. We've got some. I just need to bring it over here in some sort of shulker box. You're on a trip and you missed all the castle progress. It's coming together great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very pleased with it so far. It has been quite a fun build. Which makes me happy because sometimes I struggle with this stuff. Like, I think of myself as a builder, but in terms of the scale here, it's not something that I normally tackle, is builds of this size. And I've never really built a castle on this scale before. So I think the most important thing about this whole project has been planning. And Whip's video helped a great deal with that. So again, massive thank you to Whip for making such a comprehensive castle tutorial. Like, he's got a 9 or 10 stage group of videos that's just all about making castles, and it is invaluable to castle builders. Anybody who doesn't have experience building this kind of stuff already should definitely look it up and give it a try. Hey, Oscar. Can play several Minecraft songs on a recorder. Nice. And Fev, you can play a Minecraft song on the keyboard. I've not tried recreating any of the Minecraft soundtrack, but I tend to just noodle around on a guitar most of the time. Whoop. There we go. The trident is not, like, super useful for getting around, but then if I can... Whoop. Nope. I was hoping to, like, hit this water with the wings open, because then, like, you really get some height if your wings are engaged first. Will I make an Enderman farm? Tune in for tomorrow's video. It's not the Ender or anything, but it's, like, a neat way of farming Ender pearls. And I'm going to make an Enderman XP farm eventually, just not right away. How do we decide which half of the Hermitcraft guides we would each watch? Mostly it came down to, like, who we thought we could get the most fun out of watching to start off with. Like, Zloy and Zombie Cleo have a kind of, like, friendly banter kind of thing going on, so obviously Zloy had to watch her. And then it came down to, like, trying to split up some of the people who would obviously work together all the time. So that we each knew what was going on. Like, I watch Impulse, he watches Tango. It mostly came down to, like, yeah, who we enjoyed watching, and then, like, a straightforward, like, roll of the dice to decide who covered each other person. Like, we try not to play favorites on the recap, is the main thing, so it wasn't like we fought over any of it, you know? Yeah, tomorrow's episode is just a really basic Ender Pearl farm, and just like an introduction to using Riptide with a trident. Because the last trident I had channeling, and we all know how that ended up. It's not so great. Right, we have some stone. Oh, we have plenty of stone in here. Good, that was a full one. I assumed all of the shulker boxes in that storage area were full, but I never quite know what I've left myself sometimes. The green mug is interfering with the green screen. I know, that's the idea. This is Space Tea. I pretty much single out this mug constantly to, like, make sure it's ready for streams. Anybody who wants to drop a Space Tea emote in the chat can probably explain things to Ultimo. There they are. Am I gonna do gateways like so, I guess? Yeah, something like that. That might work. It's difficult doing, like, little doors on these corners here, and I still need to work out exactly how the courtyard here is going to be laid out. Like, what height everything is going to be at. I think I wanted a lot of it to follow the natural slopes of the terrain still, but there are some areas where it needs tidying up a bit. Is that my redstone box? Oh, it is. Why do I have this? I was wondering what that was, because the other red netherbrick and netherbrick box is the other red one, and that's just here. So I was like, why do I have this red shulker box on me? You're going to make a Nembon design Ender farm? Probably, yeah, eventually. Not right away, though. Why don't I do face cam in my YouTube videos? Because the tutorial is the focus. Whereas on streams, I feel like it's a little bit more 50-50 between people here to watch me do my thing and people are here for, you know, actual information and gameplay. But like having face cam in my YouTube videos would just be too distracting, I feel. Not really into the idea of including it in tutorial videos where my face isn't this is just superfluous information at that point. Like it's not going to help the tutorial any to have my face there. It's like Fry says, I have a very distracting face. I could take inspiration from Wells Knight's Castle from Season 5. I mean, I could, but I've kind of got my own thing going on here. And there's only so much inspiration you can take before it turns out to be plagiarism, so I'm kind of trying to do a lot of this. It's kind of the same approach that I take when it comes to redstone stuff. Like, I could follow a bunch of people's tutorials, or I could do my own thing and hope it works out and then learn from it in the process instead of just kind of risking copying stuff note for note and then not really learning anything. The thing about it is, a lot of the videos that I watch for inspiration are kind of structured, like tutorials that kind of leave things open-ended for you to design things how you want. And I guess Wells probably has a fair amount of good advice in his videos as well, but I think part of the problem is just making sure you put your own mark on the place. Are any UK YouTubers coming to any of the US Minefair events? I don't know, actually. I think False Symmetry turns up to a few of them. She tends to travel a lot for those things. I have not recently heard of an event that False Symmetry wasn't somehow a part of, which is very cool. It's good that she's representing the UK at these things. I know Good Times with Scar went to Minefair in, I want to say Dallas. Could be wrong about that. Am I going to give a world download for this world? Eventually. Not yet, though. I don't know when it's going to be, but I've always said it's probably going to be when I'm, like, finished with Founder's Forge. Like, when this area feels a bit more complete and I can move on to something else. Which is not going to be for a little while. I'm going to make a backup when 1.13 rolls over to 1.14. I have backups, like, right now. I have a very recent backup of this world. Just in case anything, like, goes wrong with the Switch, but also so that if anybody's interested in in playing this in 1.13, when I eventually release a world download, then, like, if for whatever reason they can't run 1.14... Fetish with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. When am I thinking of stopping the series? Never, basically. Like, I don't have an end in mind for this series. I plan on just keeping it going for as long as I can. There is no episode today, iPrime. I upload Monday to Friday. If it's Cobble Clicker you're looking for, I don't tend to put out Cobble Clicker every week because sometimes Loy and I just don't have time to record it. And we have not been able to record any this week. Anyway, the reason I got the spruce wood in the first place was so that I could build a door to this room. So let's do that. My main problem with Minecraft doors is that the only ones you can have are 2x1. Like, that's the only door that, like, functions, except for maybe trapdoors. Especially if we can do, like, the Elytra jumpy trick, where you're like, this is my entrance to a hole. If you ever want to make a wall look rounded like this, just make these little L-shaped stone brick formations like that. It really gives a curve to the whole thing. Alright, let's craft yet more stone bricks. Because, oh boy, we have a lot of detailing to do. I'm just going to do a bit of this to warm up. We'll get to the actual, like, gateways and stuff in a minute. I kind of want to put something here just to make this feel a little bit more... I don't know, a bit less flat. Some kind of framework thing like this. But then that looks sort of weird. Maybe if we bring out one block from here and put it there. There's some stuff we can do with that. We'll figure it out later. Have I come up with a name yet? I have a few ideas in mind. Had a few good suggestions on the YouTube video, but I'm not going to take suggestions for the castle name here on Twitch because it's difficult to keep track of chat sometimes. If you have any ideas for it, feel free to drop them in the comments of the more recent Minecraft Survival Guide videos, and I will see them that way. Hey, Ginger the Lily. Castle is going well. Thank you for asking. I've made a couple of towers recently that I'm really proud of. I've been trying not to go with the pointy roof for every single tower, but I'm really happy with this one at the back. It expands outwards one block from the original kind of castle shape, or the tower shape, and then it's got like a little extra baby tower kind of piggybacking on it, which I'm really, really happy with the design of. Can I put mossy stone bricks at the base? I can. Am I going to? No. Yeah, really happy with that one. And the main reason I wanted to put it there is just because that's the tower you see when you wander through here. It's also pretty visible from the opposite side. If I go over this way, you can kind of see, like, from here, for example, and I do plan on doing some stuff out here when the creepers and stuff have all gone away. You can really see that tower quite well because it stretches up above the peak of that tower on the right-hand side. Do I watch Game of Thrones? I do not. I'm planning on fully decorating the inside of the buildings. I will try. I'll do my best. I don't know how fully is fully, really, with this stuff, but yeah, I want to do my best to decorate some of the insides. And some of them have, like, basic structural elements already. This is a bit of a preview for tomorrow's video, but I've got, like, a spiral staircase that leads up here. The corner of this tower breaks into this room, which is going to be the barracks, and then that walks out onto this wall, where you can look down over the courtyard. There's an entrance into the tower on the right. It travels through here. Alyssa, thank you for the host. And then it comes through into what is probably going to be... I'm thinking this is going to be the Great Hall. And yeah, this is going to be a balcony around the top that the soldiers can stand on and make sure that everyone who is feasting in the hall below is behaving themselves and isn't going to, like, you know, pull out a dagger and stab somebody. Am I going to show the Enderman farm I built? I mean, it's a really basic one. It's not really worth showing. It's just, you know that trick you can do, and they've done it on Hermitcraft a couple of times now, where you just put a ring of magma blocks with maybe a minecart collection mechanism underneath, and you just stare at the Enderman from a safe location above that, and they just all walk onto the magma blocks. It's like that. I don't plan on doing anything more complex than that until much later, but I managed to spend, you know, half an hour there earlier. I got myself a full shulker box of ender pearls. I don't need more than that right now. Please show the Enderman farm. No, stop asking. What you're doing right now is backseat gaming, which I don't take very kindly to when I've got a focus for the stream and I want to carry on doing my own thing. How many hours have I spent in this world? Quite a few at this point. I think it's... The most recent count was something like 21 days. There you go, time played, 21.2 days. If you multiply that by 24, you'll get the number of hours. It's a lot. What's backseat gaming? You know what backseat driving is? Like when you're driving the car and then somebody in the backseat is like telling you that you should be driving better. That, but with playing video games. Like, if somebody asks you what to do, and you've got a plan in mind, and you're on top of it already, it just gets very annoying. So, that's why the rules for this channel say, backseat gamers chill out, as in, you know, relax. I've got this. If there's something you want to see from the world, and it's around, I can show you. If it is not easy to get to, like the Stronghold is, you know... few hundred blocks in the nether. I'm not really intending to go and look at the stronghold right now. Go to the end or anything like that. I'm not going to do it just because you've asked. Because otherwise I wouldn't get anything done. The stream would just become like a series of requests from people that, I don't know, I felt obliged to fulfill for whatever reason. This ain't a world tour stream. I got a castle to build, you know? When's Hermitcraft recap coming out? I don't know. Zloy uploads it. I think it should be around 4 PM usually, but it depends how long it takes him to edit. Some edits take longer than expected. Let's make a little shed type of thing here, maybe. Now that we've got to the point where... I guess we'll keep it like that high. We've got to the point where this castle is really starting to fill in and take shape. I've started stuffing in these little details here and there, wherever there is space to. And it's kind of nice to have these little extra areas around here. You can have like a little storage thing. Or this could be the entrance to a dungeon, or it could be anything, really. Oh, I already had doors. Been making so many spruce doors for this castle, just, you know, by accident, more or less. Outhouse. I mean, I didn't plan on putting toilets anywhere in this castle. I figure I'm not going to worry about, like, where the people do their business. You know, I'll design toilets for Minecraft when they actually have, like, defecating mechanics, like it's Ark Survival Evolved. Or like Fullcraft. Yes, I guess like Fullcraft. It's my favorite build on the Survival Guide world. This is coming pretty close. I'm really happy with the hot air balloon as well. Except for the basket. I still need to change the basket. With the trapdoors, the shed looked like a screaming nerd. I bet it did. I haven't used polished andesite much around here, but In the new texture pack, it actually looks pretty good next to stone brick. Like, right now, that looks really shiny and it stands out. But then if you switch to the new textures, stone brick kind of does the same. They look a little bit more kind of consistent with each other. I mean, that one looks a little bit more muted as well. It's got more of a bluish tint to it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting using those textures like full time after a certain point. How much diorite have I burned in total? None. Unless it's accidentally gone in lava while I've been caving. Even diorite has its uses. Diorite gets a bad rap. Currently listening to the Spawn Chunks podcast, and it's amazing you're on episode 16. Cool. Do I live by myself? No, I live with my wife. I live with my wife. Iskall would not be happy. I don't care what Iskall thinks. Yeah, the new diorite looks okay. I think the polished diorite looks great. Polished diorite was never the worst block. I think regular diorite looks great for natural rock formations. I don't tend to use it in builds much, but we'll do some terraforming stuff later in the series that's going to be a great use for diorite. Like, if anyone's seen Decidedly Vanilla Season 4, where I was building in a jungle and I built, like, a custom cliff there, diorite is really good for, like, rock strata formations and stuff like that. My least used building block, probably so far, is, like, nether wart block or something, you know? Or some of the glazed terracottas, potentially, because I really don't tend to use those. But then there's some stuff that I just haven't used in equal measure. Like, I don't think I've ever used the dark blue glazed terracotta for anything. I don't think I've ever used the, you know, magenta glazed terracotta with the arrows on it for anything either. So it's kind of like a 17-way tie between certain blocks. I don't find much use for pink concrete, for example, but that's just because I'm not building the right stuff. Hey, not Mason. Purple blocks. Yeah, I'll find uses for purple blocks here and there, but I haven't used them much. If you were to look it up in the statistics, it would probably come up, but only because I've, like, been navigating around end cities or something and broken a few blocks and then replaced them so I can pillar back up using them. You literally use magenta glazed terracotta to make arrows and nothing else. Yeah, I think they're good for putting in item frames. I like having them in item frames and then just being like, this is this way. Direct somebody that way. Hey, Smooth Block, you're welcome. Glad you're enjoying it. I need to take these away because I moved this section one block over. Castle needs a room or two with a glazed terracotta floor. I think maybe, yeah. Problem with glazed terracotta is that some of them look really good together and some of them really don't. So we'll see quite how that pans out later. Need to get some spruce slabs here as well. I always take out too much stone and then I never have enough later. Can never have just the right amount of stone. It's going to be something along those lines. And then I think we'll probably slab over the whole thing for mob spawn purposes, but also so that pattern underneath is somewhat preserved. And then that comes into this room here. I think we'll probably have a beam going upwards. Either that, or maybe we'll keep that wall there and have the beam coming upwards one block out, like there. Favorite wood? You're looking at it. Spruce is kind of my favorite. I like dark oak a lot lately as well, but always been a spruce lad. Spryce. So good they named it twice. Spryce sounds like an off-brand lemonade. Sounds like the kind of brand they'd put in a GTA game. Another JT with the 2 months. Thank you so much for the support. See some resub hype in the chat, please. Maybe I'll move that closer to the wall and it can balance out that way, seeing as it's one block out. Could do something like this if we wanted, although that one there is going to be weird. Nah. Not sure I even want stuff like that. Yeah, workable. What is this area? This is the castle at Founder's Forge. Yeah, I think what we can do is add a little walkway action up here, if I can actually ender pearl into the right space. There we go. Little walkway action. Take a few of these out. I want this to mostly look like it's more constructed than the rest of the stuff, so mostly stone bricks. And then we can put some fences in here as windows. That kind of thing. Do 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 do. That's always going to be slightly off-center and weird, so that's something we'll have to deal with. I haven't made a name for the castle yet. No, I haven't decided on a specific name for the castle. Had some good suggestions so far. But I figure I'm probably going to name it once it's actually done. Which is going to be a little while yet, I think. Where do I get my creative vision for this stuff? It's all imagination. Imagination, experience, practice. I used to write little, like, short stories and stuff, so I think a lot of it comes from projects like that and just what I think would look cool. I quite like fantasy literature and stuff as well, so castles like this, I imagine, are just straight out of your average steampunky or high fantasy kind of book. Or video games as well. I mean, we're playing one right now, so it sort of makes sense. Need slabs above the windows. Yeah, it's simple. Sometimes that's all it needs to be. We'll put the fences in the windows now as well. Get those sticks back. I hear a pig, man. Where are my fences at? There they are. Did I see X's new raid farm? I've seen the thumbnail for it. I haven't actually checked out the video yet. I figured it was only a matter of time before you'd find people making farms based on those mechanics, though. If you want to farm Totems of Undying. Do pillagers still drop emeralds? Is that a thing they do? Because that could be another fun way of getting emeralds outside of the villager trading stuff. Hey, Raiseworks. Good to see you. Hello, hi, Zoa. Welcome along. Good to see you. AWP, welcome along. Totem Undying farm is pretty OP. Yeah, I think Totem Undying as an item is kind of fun. It's more OP on Bedrock, though, right? I think on Bedrock it gives you more status effects. Even so, that's going to be it's going to be fun to have as a renewable item. It's one of the things I find best about Minecraft Java and Minecraft in general compared to other games of its type is the focus on how many resources are renewable and fun ways of doing that. It's what makes this game so special for me. Got 5 totems yesterday. I have a whole bunch of totems as well, but I feel like if they were less of a rare commodity, I would feel a bit more confident in like actually using them, carrying them around. So far I've used it once, and that was just to get the advancement, and that was it really. You get a Totem of Undying by killing an Evoker, and previously Evokers were only found in woodland mansions and they didn't respawn, but thanks to the new raid mechanics where they spawn as part of a pillager raid, I think it's above a certain level. I think it's only like wave 3 of a raid, so you have to have Bad Omen 3 for that to happen, or something like that. I think that's how it works. I could be wrong, though. I haven't tested the new raid mechanics all that much. Hey, Basketball Brian, what's up? So yeah, I'm happy with how this is coming together. The walls of this building need a bit of detail, but I'm not entirely sure what this one is going to be yet. And like where the door is going to go. I think probably here. Am I going to keep making one chunk builds? That totally depends on whether or not the replay mod updates. Because replay mod is what I use to make the kind of flyby third-person camera tutorial style stuff, and that's really an essential ingredient of those tutorials, and it hasn't been updated to 1.13 yet because they are waiting for some other mod makers to update their libraries and things. So yeah, waiting on that, and in the meantime 1.14 is going to come out, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Nether Horse is now Roof Horse. It is, yeah. Some people really didn't like the Totem of Undying farm. I feel like at a certain point you're just the messenger, right, Ray? Like you're just you're just like, hey, this can be farmed, guys. Just so you're aware. Like if you don't want people to farm this stuff, like it comes down to like don't put it in the game at that point. Which is a bit of a weird philosophy, I know, but it seems to be that way. Vixen with the 2 months of support. Thank you so much for the resub. Can we see some sub hype in the chat, please? Kind of considering where else we can tuck little stuff like this. Hey, there you go. And yeah, I think a door here makes the most sense, really. Don't kill the messenger, exactly. Especially if the messenger happens to be an evoker. Okay, so that's generally door-shaped. Ish. Kind of. Maybe. See what we can build up around here. It's just going to be the basic outline for now, so... None of this is set in stone or anything. Why do I always appear in your recommended when you're not subscribed to me on YouTube? I don't know. Sometimes YouTube just recommends stuff to people. Like, I get stuff popping up in my home feed from all kinds of folks that I'm not subbed to. This is going to be a bit weird, but I think we can get away with it. Kind of. Man, angled doorways are weird. They always just look a little bit off. But that needs to push back one. So it's there. And then we need to get rid of that, because that's a disaster. I don't think this is getting any better. From certain angles, it looks okay. From straight on, it's just weird. But maybe we can roll with it. Thing is, if we had it on the right angle there, it would kind of close that up as a door, as far as doors are concerned. See what we can make of this. I've got so much stuff in my inventory right now that this shulker box is not going to be able to fix. I hate to be one of those guys who leaves build chests everywhere, but I think I'm going to have to. Just while we get rid of some of this. Like, I'm not using the obsidian for anything. The buttons and stuff likewise. Iron ingot 2. Clear inventory, clear head, and then... Seen people use trapdoors to make a slight slant in the door like it's open. Yeah, I think if you're using spruce wood, I think spruce trapdoors probably not a bad idea. Oh. Let's also get something to pillar with before I lose my mind. It happened years ago. Hey, Jay Harris. I wonder if... putting something more like that will help. Kind of doesn't. I think we kind of need to do it the other way. No, still no. It's the problem with never having built anything quite like this. I think maybe we need to expand the size of the frame slightly as well. We can put a bit more detail around the outside. That might help. Hey, Skull Daisy, just dropped by to say hi. Can't stick around for the stream today, but I'm looking forward to seeing the progress in tomorrow's video. You'll actually see it in Tuesdays because tomorrow's video is already recorded. But yeah, there is a little bit of progress that I made off camera that will be documented in tomorrow's video, and then yeah, you will see the stuff that we do on today's stream will probably be on Tuesdays and onward from there. Needs a little bit more on this side, I think. The angles are always going to be slightly weird and asymmetrical. What do I think of builders who first build in creative versus freestyle survival builders? I'm in favor of both approaches, really. I've done both in my time. I just tend to do stuff like this in survival because it's always a big project, so it's always like, you know, seems silly to spend all the time doing this in creative first. But I'm also, oh gosh, there's something around here. I'm also not that familiar with using tools like World Edit and Voxel Sniper and stuff, so I don't do a lot of creative building when it comes to cloning and filling stuff and terraforming terrain and things like that. I feel like tools like that are kind of an essential part of creative building now. I've always enjoyed the balance of survival. And I always like building stuff once instead of twice, you know, which I think is the approach a lot of people tend to take when they're survival builders. Yeah, folks who don't know Razeworks, by the way, Psycraft server, right? I remember seeing a bunch of your designs on Reddit back in the day, and there are some that's like just crazy cool. There's the one that springs to mind immediately when I saw your name was the Ender Dragon farm. I don't know if it's possible anymore now, but it was like an Ender Dragon XP farm that transported the dragons into unloaded chunks. Prototech. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think the trapdoor texture, even if we weren't using it to create like that slanted door effect, does just look more like a door than the spruce planks do. Am I going to switch to a crossbow for 1.14? I don't know, because bows, I think, are still going to be more powerful. New update hasn't been released for Java Edition. Bedrock Edition has some of the features, but not all of them. And Java Edition is in pre-2 right now, so it's on the way. I expect it will probably be arriving in the next couple of weeks, if not this week. And pre-2 was just like a B snapshot kind of thing. I think it was just there to fix a couple of the most imminent bugs. I had a few stone buttons around here somewhere. Did I put them in this chest? I think I did. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of this mess, but I think as far as doors go, that's not terrible. Maybe we alternate these buttons like so. I think the other one was better. There we go. I wonder if that's the way to fix it. No, I don't think it is. How am I so good at building? You're asking the man who's just spent about half an hour trying to figure out how to make a door. Just build it on that wall instead, you idiot. Really like the recap how it's made. Thanks. Yeah, I can't claim much credit in the making of that video other than the segments that there are clips of me, because Zloy did all of the editing and so forth for that one, but I thought it came together really well. We've wanted to do that since, like, December. The more observant of you might have noticed that the clips of us, like, doing our script writing conversation were from December 8th. We filmed it at the time, and I was like, right, we're going to release this over Christmas, and then I didn't take it with me when I went away for Christmas, so I wasn't really able to work on it. And after a while, this series got popular, I didn't have enough time, and Zloy was just like, you know what, I'm going to do it this week. After the castle build, can I do a video on diagonal building? I mean, I can if I can get any better at it. Right now, I feel like I'm not doing too great. The joke about not having a green screen dated it a little. Yeah, it really did. Zloy bought me that green screen for Christmas. So I feel like that conversation was probably what led to him buying it in the first place. Hey, yeah, my man plays. Hey, Hermit Super, welcome along. How does one Minecraft without a green screen? By not having a green screen? I don't understand the question. I have a green screen now, or just a really cool moving wallpaper. Yeah, I have a giant monitor behind me that's actually displaying the information from this corner of the screen, like here. You know what, the more I look at this, the more I'm okay with it. It's fine. Sectrif with a raid! Hello! Oh gosh, we've been captured. Oh, this Pokeball. It's so tight. Is that what we do? Don't understand. Thank you so much for the raid, Sectrif. Welcome along, raiders. Hello. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much for the raid today. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. My name is PixelRiffs. I'm a Minecraft YouTuber and streamer here on Twitch. And today we are working on my castle build for my Minecraft Survival Guide series. Feel free to drop a follow if you like what you see. Streaming 3 days a week here on Twitch, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Usually around this time. Thank you again, Sectrif, for the raid. Very kind of you. What were you guys up to today? What was your stream? Tony as a duck didn't know I had a Twitch. Now you know. Now you are empowered with knowledge. Yeah, I tell you what, let's get some leaves around here. The door will look fine. Need to not worry about that stuff. You now have stream pizza? Oh, good work. Good work, Paranor. I'm making chili tonight, otherwise I'd probably consider pizza myself. That's the reason I'm starting early, is that I need some time to work on the chili. Chili is not something you want to rush. It requires patience. Awesome Fighter, first time here, came to listen to me. Ah, well, I will do a lot of talking then. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Hot or British style. Love the idea that, yeah, British people just aren't into the spice. We're not going, like, super hot, typically. I prefer spice over heat. Like, I like my stuff to have some flavor, but, you know, I don't shy away from that stuff. Mrs. Riffs is Latina. She's, like, okay with spicy food. She likes spicy food a lot. So, yeah, I tend to throw a little bit in here and there. Can throw in bits and pieces here and there. Real question is beans or no beans? All the beans? Yeah, my mom, please. All the beans. I mean, half the time, like, we're not vegetarians, but we'll make vegan or vegetarian, like, chili just because it's nice. Beans are good. They're a good source of protein. But today's is probably going to be chili con carne because I have some minced beef in the fridge that needs eating up. Yeah, we got some black beans and some kidney beans. Lots of tin tomatoes. The secret ingredient is always ketchup. I might even throw in a little bit of mole paste. Because Mrs. Riffs has taught me about the wonders of Mexican cooking, including mole, and mole is like one of my favorite things. Are you ready for 1.14? I'm pretty ready. No. Gave it the poke. It worked. Your aunt puts V8 juice in her chili. Hey, there's carrots and stuff in that. It's probably not a bad call. I'm pretty sure V8 is that one, right? Where it's got, like, carrot juice and various other things. Bacon makes everything good. Oh, we don't have any bacon in right now. Bacon in chili is a good call, though. I've done that before. But I feel like today we'll just go with the beef for the meat content. Can I get Hatch green chilies in the UK? I have no idea. I would not know what those are. It took us a while to find a place that actually sold fresh jalapenos. You can get them in like a can or a jar basically anywhere, but there's only one place in Brighton that I found that actually has fresh jalapenos that are like imported from Spain. You can't really grow chilies that well in this climate. They have to be quite resilient, quite hardy chilies. But there are so many different varieties of chili that I don't know one from the other, really. Like, if you just say green chili, I assume the type of green chili that you get in, like, a bag of mixed chilies from the shop. But, like, that's not necessarily what everybody thinks of when they think of a green chili, like, in terms of heat and so forth. Got to put a little bit more detail into this wall. I love the passive mobs just spawning in there. Or maybe that chicken's been there for a while. It's funny, you're going to have a language exam tomorrow and your practice is watching videos in English like this. Is this normal? I don't know if it's normal, but if it helps you, then great. If not, I mean, feel free to leave the stream and get on with revision if you need to. Lived in the UK in the 80s and you will never forget having to search high and low to find any ingredients for Mexican food. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's getting better, but it's still not the best. There is a fantastic online store called mexgrocer.co.uk, which will actually import stuff from Mexico. Like, you can actually get proper corn tortillas from them, which you really can't find in many stores. Like, so many of the quote-unquote corn tortillas are, like, made with wheat flour as well, which isn't the same. And, yeah, there's so many mistakes that supermarkets make when it comes to Mexican food. Like tortillas are still advertised as being for, like, wraps and fajitas. and everyone's like, no, guys, burrito, say it with me. We'll learn eventually. But, I mean, being in the UK, we don't have a huge Mexican immigrant population. It's not like California, where, like, a substantial portion of the Mexican population is either, like, from over the border or from the time when California was actually, you know, part of Mexico. So, yeah, there have been leaps and bounds made in UK Mexican food lately, but we still have a lot to cover. Burrito is a wrap usually. Yeah, no. You misunderstand. Like, they're talking about just, like, wrapping salad in a tortilla. They're like sandwich wrap. It's like you put sandwich ingredients in it, and then that's a quote-unquote wrap. Stuff like this is always going to be a little weird. I feel like the too wide gateways are going to be a bit of a problem. If we angle it like that. Alright, just going to jump off that wall. Fine. Oh my goodness, the Vixen! With another incredibly generous gift of 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much for your generosity. Bacon Boy, Mad Lad, Plant 2, D Bowser, and Wily Candy. Enjoy your gifted subs. Thank you again, the Vixen. Guys, enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. Raise a cup of space tea to your generous benefactor. And I will do the same. Cheers. The noises continue. Starting to get a picture here, slowly but surely. I think what we'll probably do is take this and move on to this room. Because I've really not done much with this yet, and it's going to need a big door. So we might as well start this now. Is that horse ever going to muster up the courage to jump off the roof or neigh? I mean, I've heard it neigh a couple of times. The jokes. How big do we want this door to be? Let's lay that out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 3 blocks either side for the door frame, and then we'll make this like 9 blocks long. Do you want it to come out like so? Leave a gap in the middle. And then have this be... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I feel like this is going to be more of like an angled thing with the door frame here, but that's fine. Probably going to do the same thing with the trapdoors here that we did over there. When I say door, you say how high? I really wish the trapdoors stuck out more. Sometimes. And other times I wish they stuck out less. I think we're still going to have to make this door thin. And just have the accents be like that. The problem is corner stuff like this. That's where we get issues, because you could put it in there like that, but then that's really obvious from the opposite side. Stripped spruce is the answer. I'm pretty sure if it's going to be a stripped log, it'd have to be dark oak. I really don't like the stripped spruce log very much. But I'm thinking that might be an option. All right. We got drop skeletons. Hey, Secdriv. Thank you again for the raid. Yes. Very much enjoyed. Very kind of you. 200 people watching now. That's crazy talk. Thank you so, so much, guys. Wait a second. What am I doing flying away to my storage system when we've got an ender chest right here? Should have. Yeah, a decent amount of dark oak logs. Perfect. Because maybe we can add these in here. Yeah, I think these will be good if we take the spruce planks out. Right now it's feeling a little bit like... a little bit too layered. And maybe if we swap those for something else like polished andesite, maybe. We'll try that in a second. Do I have a schedule, or how often do I stream? I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. The times vary a little bit sometimes, but I try and stick to 3 p.m. UK time most of the time. Yeah, today's stream normally starts a little bit later, but that's mostly just to give myself a bit of leeway for the other stuff I tend to do on weekends. What if we do that around here? That's looking promising. For a doorway. And then if we potentially pepper in some of this here and there. Or maybe even just have the end textures of the logs show instead of put planks in there. I want it to look like there's knots in the wood, you know? They've never really looked like knots, though. They don't look organic enough. Too square. How do I decide what to name my tools? Depends what mood takes me. I usually come up with a different theme depending on whichever series it is. For this one, yeah, I feel like Smooth Operator is usually the pickaxe, and my other stuff I just kind of name whenever a particular name strikes me. Here's the question, though. Here's the question. Do we want this to be vertical stripes or horizontal stripes? Like, is it going to look better horizontally? Or like a combination? Like alternating? Maybe have that instead of the knots. I'm thinking maybe. This is a little difficult to come up with something quite quite right for this. Looks better that way instead of knots. Disney Girls with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. And I appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think that looks better than having the end textures there. I don't want to vary the wood color too much, so using other strip logs doesn't really make sense to me. If this one's going forward, I hate how flat this is. It probably doesn't make a huge amount of sense to do this, but I want this one to go back. Like here. So it's kind of like an S curve you have to do. That just looks so much nicer that way than having it be completely flat. Iron bars for big handles. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Use wooden buttons as like a small knot. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. And there's different colors of button as well. So you can go with a spruce one or you can throw some oak ones in. Dark oak here and there as well. If we want to. I don't want to over detail things though. It's a little too late, I suppose, but still. Now my inventory's just full up of junk again. Feel like it needs an iron band on it. Maybe. Maybe. Trying to establish height for this. Definitely needs to be a few blocks higher. But ultimately I want this to be like an archway over the top, so... Probably a couple of blocks higher than that. To like here. The angle might not be right yet either, but... That's looking closer to what I want. Putting a bottom-facing brown shulker. I don't know if I want to start putting shulker boxes in my doors. I like your thinking, but it's a little bit too outside the box at that point. No pun intended, of course. Watching the stream while writing your portfolio for your graphic design exam somehow is doing wonders for helping you focus. I hope so. Would not want to be a distraction. You can throw in a couple of jump scares if you like. This is getting there. It's getting there. The Wandering Pigman is just a symptom of having a nether portal there. He'll be fine. Ugh. Oh. Back's starting to ache. I need more water. Theoretically, could a ghast come through that portal without my assistance? I mean, it would have to spawn incredibly close to the nether hub while I was in there. And I think they do sort of drift into portals from time to time if the portal is big enough, which the portal on the nether side is. I don't have much of a nether hub like around it yet at all. But it's not going to happen while I'm in the overworld. Like, you need to be in the nether for that stuff to happen. Yeah, I've put fence gates in front of portals before to stop stuff from coming through, but I don't really care. Like, it's not doing anyone any harm. It's just going to despawn eventually anyway. I'm fine having some little pigmen walking around. These guys, on the other hand... not so much. Let's put in these sideways facing logs as we go. Let's put one in there. Cute but deadly. Endermites? Not think of them as cute. Don't think of them as particularly deadly either. Had a pigman come into your base and knock down your front door. Oh, I guess they do still have those, like, occasional zombie behaviors, right? That's a thing they can do, which I always sort of forget about. Leftover zombie DNA. That's definitely getting there. That's getting there. I almost wonder if there should be some sort of pattern in the door, but then have it split between the two panels. I love that idea. I just don't know what to do with that yet. If we can somehow make the pattern from my banner into like a door design. It's definitely getting there. Needs a few more blocks on top of there. And I almost feel like maybe the arch needs to come up at a higher angle. Ultimately, I think I might put a pattern in the door if I can, as though it's either been carved in or like just like inlaid with a different material, almost like a mother of pearl inlay or something. Just because from a distance, from here, it doesn't really stand out amongst everything else. Like, the roofs are what stand out because they're such a bright red. But then the banner pattern for this whole town is kind of weird and different. How do you zoom in? It's the Optifine zoom key. You have to install Optifine, and then zoom defaults to the C key on your keyboard. So if we add another strip log here. It's the C key, so you can see things closer. I mean, I built that wrong, but that's sort of the angle I think I want. Do I think I'm making an Enderman farm soon? I've made an Enderman farm in tomorrow's episode. It's not like an XP farm. Just one of the basic designs where you stand in a ring of magma blocks and the Endermen just walk towards you and die. So that's a thing. In terms of an Enderman XP farm, I will probably make one at some point, but it is not going to be my focus right now. Because part of the thing about building an Enderman XP farm on a survival world like this, like a single-player survival, is that a lot of those farms are intended for mass Ender Pearl farming and XP farming on multiplayer servers, and they're basically overkill for a single-player world. Not that I don't intend to cover them at some point anyway, because I want to be able to showcase some of those designs. Like Nemon's design especially seems relatively easy to build and very good. But then, hey, Slicey Wicey with another 7 bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Yeah, the Ender Mini is a great design, and it works very, very well from what I've seen. But then overkill in terms of XP, and overkill in terms of amount of Ender Pearls you get from it. It's nice, let's be real, it's nice to be able to fill up an entire shulker box. Wait a second. Shayless with 500 bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Very generous. Let's see some hype in the chat for the bits. From Slicey Wicey and Shayless. Yeah, it's nice to be able to fill up a shulker box of Ender Pearls, like, instantly. But then one box of pearls, because I like to use fireworks to get around, so I don't use Ender Pearls all that much. It just takes, like, ages to run out at that point. And it becomes sort of overkill for me. Would I like to make speedrun videos? Not really. I like speedrunning as a concept, but I think I'd be terrible at it. I enjoy taking my time with games too much. I think in terms of how big I want this gate to be, that's pretty big, but good. Good, I like. I almost feel like, as well, that position could be just closed and the door is, like, at a slight angle when it's shut. If you get me? If you don't, that's fine. You guys don't need to know. Excited for the next Spawn Chunks episode. You listen to it on your walks. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my sister listens to the podcast when she goes for a run, apparently. And, like, she doesn't play Minecraft and doesn't really have much of an interest in it. But she apparently enjoys listening to me talk about this stuff, which is kind of sweet. But yeah, good to be a bit of company for people when they're taking exercise. Do I remember to exercise? Not as often as I should. I think this needs to come down a little more, and that one needs to be short. How's that looking? Yeah, it ain't bad. Ain't bad. Needs one more on the top right there. On this rightmost column. If I can get up there. That way. No, what a fail. Okay, I'm just in a tower now. This is why I don't need a stack of ender pearls, guys. It's because I can't use the darn things. Hup. How much of the stream have you missed? If you use the uptime command, you can probably see that. It's like an hour 45. Do I have Instagram? I do, yeah. If you want to know if I'm on any particular social network, just search for Pixel Riffs, and if you find me, I'm there. So I definitely think we need to have some sort of pattern on these doors, but we got to make it elegant. We could plan that stuff out maybe with trapdoors. Downtime. There is no downtime. Hello. Hello, we're the castle inspectors. Here to make sure everything's up to code. This is where a screenshot will help. Stack underflow? What? Why? Do I have any barracks for the castle? I have an area over here that I'm thinking is going to be the barracks that I haven't done anything to yet. But it's in here. It's going to be this. And then this outside of here, it's probably going to be like some sort of little armory. And then out here is the training yard. Maybe a little stable in here. Some archery butts. He said butts. Gotten that stack underflow error before, something to do with Optifine. Huh, maybe. I won't worry about it. Nothing seems to be going horribly wrong in my world quite yet. It's only a matter of time. Do I apply for planning permission for this castle? That's what the creepers are here to check, apparently, yeah. There, really, isn't it? Hoop. It's always weird building door frames for doors that just don't move. Like, I can kind of get where this is going, but there's no way of really testing, like, will this swing shut? No clue. Needs to be built up around the sides, so... As far as door frames go, though... Could probably add in one more dark oak log on top of there. Ah! Should show the castle on Reddit once you're done. I might do. I might do. It needs to be thicker. Just in general. Thank you very much, Slicey Wicey. I'm glad you're enjoying everything. You like the relaxing content. Very kind of you. Thank you for the 7 bits. Okay, that's a slab. And yeah, I never set out to make this like a relaxation channel for people, but I guess I'm just kind of a chill person, so it worked out that way. I'm glad people get that out of this as well, because I feel like sometimes you just need the internet to relax. Especially these days. Door looks awesome. Thank you. I'm hoping this will help it look a little better. And there's some stuff that's like foreground over there that is not quite foreground here. When am I going to build the boat in the swamp? That's a vague idea at this point. I'm not certain exactly when I'm going to build it, but hopefully sometime soon. Kind of got a little distracted by this castle project, I think. Was not expecting the Endermite. It's like the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody really expects it. You've fallen asleep during streams a couple of times, don't you? Wake up when you raid someone, you hear someone different. Whoa. Okay, sure. I'll land on this roof. I'm cool with that. Need to bring this wall out somewhat. And there, I guess, yeah. And I think what we'll do is bring this around over the top. What did the Endermites ever do for us? Sure as heck wasn't the aqueduct. Better than the silverfish. True. Although it would be cool if silverfish could be used to farm stuff somehow. It's looking sufficiently Castle Gate-ish. with the pigman arm coming through. It's defended! The door defends itself. What if Mojang added baby creepers? The most adorable explosions. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Just like one block detonation. That would be adorable. 100% on board with baby creepers. If nothing else, that would make for a really cool April Fool's update. Like, all monsters have babies, including baby creepers now. Okay, we can close that now. If we have that coming in. Like so. I kind of feel like it's this or the buttons. I feel like having both the buttons and the trapdoors feels like a bit too much. I need to just bring a bed with me. Why is my pickaxe named Smooth Operator? I don't know. Had to pick a name for it. Helps me identify which one has Silk Touch. It's also a good song. Pick something to pillar up with here. Where does this start? There. Okay, so that's going to have to go. Then we have this going upward diagonally. Like so. It kind of fits together. Those do start on the same block, it's just that block is further back. This block is further away. The question is, do we want to use a different trapdoor texture? Do we want to do that with oak trapdoors? Do we want that to be... I don't think dark oak is going to work in that context, but we could try it. It always feels too much like a chocolate bar or a window to me. Too smooth. 360 no scope. Looks too rich. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think oak is probably the only other viable option. And I don't know if I want oak trapdoors here. I don't think I have any oak trapdoors on me. Just use them all around the place. Worth finding out, I suppose. It does look like chocolate. Yeah, I mean... chocolate bar. Enjoy. Let's use the Riptide Trident again. Can't quite engage my wings in this one block water. There we go. Saving on fireworks. One Elytra flight at a time. Item frames with brown maps on. Item frames with anything, really. That chicken was just waiting to lay an egg. Yeah, oak trapdoors we've got. We don't have any pre-made in here. It's good for the environment. All right, let's give it the old college try. See, I don't hate that. Oh. No. Give me something to pillar up with, for goodness sake. Hey, Silky, what's up, my dude? No, it wasn't. It was higher than that, wasn't it? There. Hey, Braindead Cirky, good to see you. Do I own Windows 10 Edition? I do, yeah. I think it just stands out enough. That's the main thing with this right now, is it stands out in a good way. The spruce wood one just kind of blends into the door. Yeah, I'm thinking oak's going to take it. Hey, Mr. Badger Seth, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Have a bit of both. I mean, could we lay one underneath the other? Could we have like spruce trapdoors like this? Is this too much? You know what? I think the combo maybe even has it. Maybe we go with the combo. course, now I can't close that one. Too high up. There we go. Forgot your mum, dad, sister, and nephew were visiting today, so that was a nice surprise. That's a lot of people to forget. Okay. we have put the button in a space where it's not going to like open and close any of the trapdoors like this. It's very important just in case, you know, a stray arrow hits it and suddenly my door starts flapping open. Ikimo, what's up? Welcome along. Your mum mentioned it at the beginning of the week, but you were ill and forgot. Oh, okay. If you've been ill, then that's a better excuse, I think. Call you Mike. Okay, Mike. Looks like a backwards spelling situation is going on there. Welcome along, Mike. Flapping Doors, the great new game from Squaresoft, apparently. What's that? The word for that term where a striped pattern, when viewed at a distance or on like a TV screen with a certain refresh rate, gives you that weird... There's a word for it that I forget. The moire effect. Is that what it is? Yeah. Like that's happening with the spruce trapdoors for me, and I find that a little too distracting. It's just like, yeah, it's just waving. Like obviously if I zoom in, it's fine, but then at a distance when it starts to anti-alias or mip-map or whatever it does, yeah, that's just too gross. Don't like it. I think the spruce is going to have to go. I think the oak wins the day. We've spent a little while making this decision, but it's a decision worth making, I feel. Spruce let us down. I know, Paranor, I know. Hard to believe, but it's true. Braindead Circuit with a host, thank you so much. So yeah, this gate over here is going to have to angle a little bit. Because if I take that down, it feels too flat there. Spruce Almighty. That makes it feel a bit more manageable. I think we'll redo this, because that's just a copy of what I've done here, and I think it, yeah, it runs too close to the nether portal for my money. But as far as doors go, I think for now at least that is something we can be happy with. We may make a few changes to it in the near future, but it's just looking good. Am I going to play Hytale? I don't know, actually. I've not yet decided on that for definite. As with most games, I'm going to wait until the full release of it comes out before I really judge it for what it is. I've seen a lot about the world and a lot about how it's generated. Bits and pieces about the lore and so forth, but I want to know what the gameplay is like. Reserve my judgment until then. Yeah. This is good. This is good. Good gate. Good gate. It actually looks decent from in here as well. And then the nether portal is probably going to be moved down to like probably a basement level in here. Mixing in different strip wood types. I'm not such a big fan of most of the other the strip wood. I think birch is the only one I really like. I mean, stripped oak is okay. Stripped spruce, I'm not a fan of. Acacia is going to look too orange. So oak, maybe. Do a combination of oak and dark oak. But I think I'm okay with it as it is for the moment. And then if I come up with anything extra later, then maybe we'll go with that. Should this be a spruce log? No. I feel like that's part of the frame. It's not part of the door. Whereas this is part of the door. It should be represented as such. Okay, nice. Yeah, I like that. Stone buttons as studs in the door. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that as an idea. We'll probably do something like that eventually. And having some sort of handles on it. I feel like the way it is right now, it's one of those things where it has to be pushed out from the inside. So if you're on the outside of this, there's no handle. It'd be difficult for you to get in. The door hinges outwards, so it feels better defended that way, even though I've said several times that I'm not interested in like making this realistic in terms of it being a castle that you'd need to defend. But I think not having a handle on the outside kind of makes it feel a little bit safer in here. Like if that door was swung closed, then it'd be quite difficult to like get it open unless the people inside wanted to push it open. Have I played Fortnite? No, I have not. I think we'll need something either side of this to, yeah, thicken the frame a little bit more as well, but for now it's looking okay. Jeshny with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime sub here. Enjoy your emotes. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I appreciate the supports. Let's see some sub hype in the chat. New people on the stream. Thank you. Defensively speaking, if anything nasty came through the portal, it could be barred from the outside. I mean, yeah, that works too. That works too. Theme of the day is gateways. We're making a few doors around here. We've got a smaller version over here. I do like the spruce trap doors here on this one because it's a smaller door. Just leads through to a relatively small room. And I think what I want to do now is work a little bit more on the decoration of like the courtyards themselves. Like all of these open green areas around here aren't just going to be grass, you know? They're going to be well-trodden areas, probably with some cobblestone here and there as well. I don't want to just make it all cobblestone, though, because this area is already so grey. I don't want to just have grey be the main thing, and I like having the grass around. So we're going to mix in some earthy colours, the occasional bit of cobblestone or stone brick, maybe some wood, maybe some podzol, stuff like that. Do I have any of those in here? No, that's just logs. Okay, great. So I think that's going to be the plan. Help you name your sister's dogs. They are twin huskies. Ooh, interesting. Are they female twin huskies? Are they male twin huskies? Are they one of each? Can dogs do that? Can dogs have like... I mean, I guess if a litter of dogs can probably be like all kinds, can't it? Seems like a weird question, but I know nothing about like canine biology whatsoever, so just about know which end bites you. All mammals can have twins, fraternal and maternal. Okay, cool. See, this is the flag of Founders Forge. This is the banner. I was like, we can't reproduce that on the door. It's too complicated. Because it kind of is. I mean, we could probably do an approximation of that. I don't know if it would read. I don't know if it would read at all. They're two males. Tango and Cash. Or Butch and Sundance. Or, I don't know, Starsky and Hutch. I feel like Starsky and Hutch works really well for Huskies because Husky and Starsky sound kind of similar. And Hutch is like Husky. Milborough with 1,000 bits. And Slicey Wicey with $1. You guys are so generous today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the generous bits and tips. I appreciate it all. Starsky and Hutch, I just aged myself. Hey, I never said I watched Starsky and Hutch, and they remade that recently with Ben Stiller and I think Owen Wilson. But I like Starsky and Hutch for Huskies because it sounds kind of like that. Tango and Zedaf or Tango and Impulse. Jake and Elwood. Oh, that's good. That's some good naming right there. Okay, I'm going to take a very short break just to run to the bathroom and probably refill a cup of tea. So we're going to retreat to the safe house for the moment. This is going pretty well. I think we've got a couple of good additions to the castle here. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Please do stick around because we'll be back in just a few minutes' time. Hey, I'm back. Hi. How are we? Modern chair in a rustic fantasy setting. Nice. Fev starting a pog train. There are monsters nearby. Rubbish. It's just the Twitch chat. They don't count. Oh my goodness, Philip! Just lost your Minecraft well because your PC crashed. You made it back up, but you think it got corrupted as well. Any tips to get it back? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not that much of an expert on data recovery, to be honest, so I can't really help all that much. I don't know if anybody in the chat can point Philip in the right direction. Thank you so much for the $3. Rip your world, and I hope you can restore it in time. Data recovery isn't easy without the software already installed. Yeah, if you've got something like Time Machine or whatever making the backups for you. Do some casual creeper fighting. After a long night. Speaking of which, hello. Get away from my walls. So I think the next thing to do really is to work on this gate. 13 gunpowder, wow. Yeah, I think we'll probably do a bit more gate building over here. So the thing about this one is it's not going to be, as many people have requested, any kind of like redstone powered thing. I'm not going to have like a droppable portcullis here. Mainly because it just needs to be like contained within a certain space, and I don't have the redstone know-how, nor do I feel like looking up a tutorial for it. But what I think we're going to do is use a combination of, I think maybe fences, iron bars. I don't know if we want to have like nether brick fences, but that might work. The thing about redstone doors is that they're always closed when you want them open. Redstone doors are always closed to me because I am terrible at building them. I have a space kettle, it boils at the speed of light. I wish. I wonder how much of my day I could save if I just wasn't waiting for tea to boil. It's probably at least 10 minutes of time that I just spend waiting for tea to boil. Oh, for nether brick, red nether brick fences. I think we might go with regular nether brick. Goodness knows we got enough. And it depends how far down we want this to be. Will I place skeletons in the walls as archers or have flaming oil traps, aka lava? Probably not, because I want to be able to use this castle. Like, I like the idea in principle, but in practice it's just going to make it annoying for me. Is there going to be a moat? Probably not, because I have that giant ravine next to it, so installing a moat would be difficult. There's already kind of a natural river protecting the back of the castle, but I've said before that I'm not that interested in it being, like, realistically protected or anything. You say a zombie spawner providing huge armies to release. There is actually a zombie spawner down there next to my slime farm, so could, in theory, do that if we wanted. Now, the thing about this, of course, is that if there's going to be a portcullis here, then there needs to be space above for that portcullis to be raised up into. Fev with another PogChamp. The train. So, yeah, like, in theory, we could have... We could have a high section up here that the gate has to be raised into. I think in terms of how far I want it to come down, it's probably going to be here at the lowest. Does a pressure plate inside count as a redstone door? Technically, yes. As far as the community is concerned, I'm not sure they'd buy it, though. Do a tutorial for it and see what they say. Why is it not letting me place that? There we go. For whatever reason, I could see the hitbox of it, but it wasn't going to let me place it. Slicey Wicey with the 7 bits. I think what we're going to do, instead of having this arched, because in theory it's got to, like, connect to the ground in some way, but we can have little sections of it here and there that are raised slightly, just to give it a bit more of an interesting dynamic here. Yeah, it should be fine. Let's take that. I think maybe bring it down one more layer than this. And that'll do for the minute. Is that the same on both sides? I think it is. I mean, it's simple, but it says castle. Nether brick fences connect to other types of fence now, don't they? Oh, do they not? Is that something that's coming in the next update? Because I was fairly certain they did. Only wood types? Okay. That might be something we can use then. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. That's a good cup of tea. So, like, if you add that there, you can create a sort of pattern. I think it would work best with dark oak because that would be the the color that would closely resemble nether brick. But it might work out. Let's throw these in here. Got some dark oak logs. Get some sticks out of these. And make ourselves some dark oak fence. Yeah, I kind of wonder if maybe we'll do something like this now. We have that, like so. And then potentially it looks like those have been pushed down into the dirt, is my thinking. Like, there's some fun tricks you can do with... If you have a set that hang down a little bit lower, and then you space dispensers out along here, and it looks like those are the holes that the... Is it dispensers or droppers? The ones that have the rectangular output in them. Sunday roasted cider and some pixel. Hey, Bugsby, what's up? Sounds like an excellent way to spend an afternoon. Iron bars wouldn't look good as single spikes. No, you're right. You're right. That's why I have not used them yet. In here, I have dispenser. Yeah, that's the round one. I thought it was. But droppers, like so. That kind of looks like the type of hole a fence could go in, you know? So I think maybe we'll end up using that trick. And that's just cobblestone and redstone. I've had homework and missed all the episodes. What do the red blocks mean? What red blocks? The default dropper texture is a triangle. Yeah, from the front, yeah. Like that, yes. Like this. Square. Or rectangle, I guess. No idea why that's different, but it is. While I'm here, let's drop off all these mob drops, because I don't know why I keep all of this stuff around. Let's get some fireworks too while I'm here. That back. Cool. The red blocks at the castle? Oh, right, the red concrete, you mean. I was like, the roof is made out of red nether brick, but that doesn't mean anything. No, the red blocks here were just kind of placeholder things to show where the gate was going to be. So I can take those out now. We have this kind of built up a little bit more. And underneath each of these, like so, we put one of them. And then we can put that in a row of stone brick or something. Unlike Splash with 100 bits, what's good? How am I doing? I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. This castle is good, I'm feeling it lately. So yeah, that actually needs to be down one block, like there. But then what we can do is decorate this a little bit with some stone bricks and slabs, and those will blend in quite nicely, I think. Thank you for the 100 bits. Do I do much redstone? Really, no. Like, I build farms and stuff, but as far as having redstone gadgets for things, I'm not very inventive with that stuff. And most of the farms I build have either been, you know, researched by other people, and other people are responsible for, like, popularizing the mechanics that lead to me being able to do farms like that, or it's the kind of stuff that is just simple enough if you have a basic grasp of the mechanics and access to the Minecraft wiki. So yeah, this stuff is going to be a little bit more haphazard than it looks right now. Cool stuff, maybe, yeah. Going to do a little bit more work on the grounds in a minute. But now you can imagine this stuff all coming to rest in these individual bits. And the dark oak there looks like it's been pushed down into the dirt a little bit. My mug is transparent. I know. I know. That's why I always come back to this mug every stream. We have emotes based on this mug. So yeah, I think courtyard time. I'll probably do some more stuff about this portcullis thing later because, like I said, it does feel like it needs some sort of structure above here that can be raised up into. But that's going to mess with the towers right now, and I really like the towers, and I don't want to do that on stream quite yet. So let's put the red concrete away. Got a bit of grass in here. And what can we use? I guess andesite and stuff, maybe? For some of that rougher stone around the place. We definitely need the cobble and the mossy stuff. Let's put these away for now. And I think maybe we might even get some, like, some sand or some hay bales or something. Something to go on the ground as sawdust. Because in practice yards and stuff on the grounds of castles, you might find a lot of sawdust. Is there going to be another apple hunt soon? Potentially. But it's going to be kind of difficult because it's going to mean going looking for dungeons. I don't know quite where we will find those. I think I need to farm some podzol. Dungeons and mine shafts, perhaps a mesa. I mean, maybe. Yeah, but the thing with mesas, I think I've been to the majority of the mine shafts in the mesa that I know about, and mine shaft chests don't have the highest likelihood of golden apples being there. We've been to the 3 woodland mansions that are in close proximity. We've been to a lot of the desert temples as well, but I feel like desert temples might have the highest chance because they have more chests in. Am I not using mapping tools? I mean, I don't want to use them to find dungeons. I'm okay using them to get, like, desert temples and woodland mansions and stuff, because that stuff is going to generate in specific biomes, and it takes a little bit of finding. But then once you've looted it, there isn't really much else that you can do with it. Whereas dungeons, I feel like it's cheating more to look for those. Like, it's not really a bad thing, because eventually you just go looking for that stuff one way or the other anyway. Like, I don't begrudge anybody doing that if they feel like they want to do that. It's one of those things that for whatever reason is just like, it's a step too far for me, just personally speaking. Mesas are now called Badlands. Oh my goodness. Talismancer, 17 months. Thank you so much for the 17 months of supports. Can we see some hype in the chat, please? That 17-month streak. So yeah, what I think I'm going to do is put some coarse dirt around the outside here, because this feels like the kind of area where you're not going to get much sunlight, so the grass might not grow super often around here, and then we'll start to mix it in here and there. We'll have the odd cobblestone block around the place. That just apparently dropped 2 grass right there. Yeah. I sort of wonder if having some stone bricks coming down like that, almost like guiding tracks for the portcullis, makes a bit of sense. You agree to drop a colleague back forgetting about the Brighton... Oh, the Brighton Marathon's happening today, isn't it? Of course, it's Sunday. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's... it's going to set you back a little way. Oh, there's tons of desert temples. Joel Tiger, there's tons of them. Like... I've looked those up on mapping tools. It's the dungeons with spawners where you have a reasonable chance of finding an enchanted golden apple. It's like a 3% chance, which is as good as it is anywhere else. You're here now, you'll be asleep soon. This is good. But yeah. Let's see. Which way is... That's negative X. That's positive Z. Huh, okay. Yeah, because I've been and explored a ton of desert temples in that sort of direction. Chances are I might go looking for other desert temples another time. When I finish the Castle Calls all XP to play Zombie Invasion. And now the work begins. The work of making sure that no pixel remains unturned. I kind of miss playing Unturned. You guys ever play that game? We went through a phase of playing that on my brother-in-law Rob's streams all the time. We had a proper great world going and everything. Unfortunately, they kept changing some stuff about Unturned, and our favorite, like, food sources and stuff kept changing. There was a lot of, like, nerfs and buffs happening around the time. And so I feel like, yeah, our favored ways of playing soon became a thing of the past. Oh, hey, the recap's out. That's cool. Hope you guys enjoyed today's recap. Weirdly, it is not the one that we just made the How a Recap is Made video about. I'm sure there are segments of it that are, but... I need to figure out what I'm doing here as well, because I said there should be a second gate here, but right now this wall needs modifying, like on either side, if we're going to do something like that. Maybe that's where we could have an actual, like, redstone-based gate, because it's a smaller area. There might be more potential to hide stuff under the ground if it can be done that way. See what we can come up with. Anyway, I'll leave the gateway blocks here. Don't know how many of you guys were around the other day when we raided Pride Ceratops after the stream, but they were working with a resource pack by Germsy Boy that added back in petrified oak slabs, or whatever they are, the ones that are kind of part of the code, but they're just there as, like, dummy slabs, basically. And they were using those for, like, coarse dirt slabs. I could really use those right now. But then I think what we're probably going to do is transition to a more sort of roughly paved style as we get further in. I think this part of the castle courtyard is going to be very much like where the wagons and stuff unload their merchandise, and there can be barrels around and that kind of stuff once we have barrels. Like, for now, let's just pile up a couple of things around here. Like, these are barrel eye. Or could be like a chops down tree or something. I don't know. But then in here, we're going to start transitioning into cobbled roads and paths and things around the castle. And I'm not certain if I want the... I think I want the paths to be made out of, like, cobblestone that go around here. And ironically, the path blocks are going to be around the outside. Let's do alternating sort of cobble and andesite kind of pattern here. Probably some smooth stone here as well, but... And then maybe we do some more of this around the outside. And of course, I've laid a little bit of a stone foundation here and there, so that's not going to be terrible. I just don't want it to be entirely like a mess of grey. This is a jukebox song, but it's also part of the Minecraft Volume Beta soundtrack. None of this music is playing from in-game, by the way. It's all playing on VLC Media Player. Yeah, do we want to go with this kind of thing for a pathway? I mean, I guess so. It's either that or put some wood planks down as boards and use this path kind of thing as well. I don't know. Curious about that. Let's... Tiggybot, hello, welcome along. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. It has been a while. How are you? Last I saw you were raising money to go and do some conservation work with turtles. How's that going? Did you manage to raise your full amount yet? If not, we'll have to get one of the mods to drop a link in chat, see if anybody generous can show some support. That was my pickaxe, excuse you. I want that back. So yeah, I don't know if this... Like, it's nothing as far as a path style goes. Like, I like the fact that it's not all horrible and grey. But as far as paths go, no, it's not going to cut it, is it? I don't want this entire thing to be mud paths, though. I wonder if maybe we go a different route and we go, like, red brick and granite for some of the paths around here. Maybe. See, those paths are cool and all, but yeah. Could possibly use polished diorite, andesite. I mean... Yeah, but the polished andesite has the same problem. It's just the grey. I'm not a big fan of the grey now that it's just all over the walls as well. I mean, maybe I can temper the walls a little bit with some more wood accents for some of these towers and stuff, but... Managed to raise your full amount, half being offline. You just finished up college, you're about to pop over to Hong Kong on Thursday and then spending a week there before hopping over to Australia to start the turtle work. Fantastic. I'm so glad that turned out for you, because it seemed like a very cool thing to do. Like a really good experience, and obviously, like, conservation work is always admirable. So I'm really glad that worked out for you. Yeah, I might go and grab some red brick and granite. Like, I kind of want to do something similar to what we have over here, using this sort of... Whoa, came in a little hot there. Using this set of materials as, like, pathway could potentially work. I don't know. We'll see what we can manage. I know red brick feels too new, but then these people have access to the nether, and they've got nether brick in all the roofs. I feel like the occasional bit dotted in with the granite might work out okay. And perhaps a little bit of terracotta. I also don't have too much red brick, actually, do I? Oh, I've got a bit. Got a bit. We'll see. Yeah, I might just reject this out of... principle in a minute. I might just decide it's not for me, but cracked red brick would be great. Yeah, I agree with that, Mr. Badger Seth. Sandstone and birch planks. I mean, potentially, yeah, we could go that route. We could go the sandstone route, like I was saying about like sawdust and stuff. Then potentially we get to work in stuff like this. Which canonically the town has, like, red brick and stuff in it already, so... Hey, nobody, what's up? Welcome along. You made it. See, I'm wondering about this for the pathway thing. It doesn't go too badly with coarse dirt either, so if you wanted to mix a bit of that in, if the granite got a little overwhelming, the shops would have been built later. I mean, maybe the castle's been repaved. I'm giving it some thought. I like it next to the green, especially. If we're going to keep some elements of the green grass in these courtyards, then I think it ain't too bad. 500 bits from the Vixen. Thank you so much. No message, but thank you for the 500 bits. Very kind of you. Definitely going to be sharing travel stuff on social medias. Oh yeah, no, that'd be really cool to see pictures from Australia and turtle conservation stuff. Sounds legit. I wonder. I think maybe the path is a little bit too patchwork, but I'm wondering if just making it granite really makes all that much sense. You told you're able to vlog the experience. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's going to be super fun. I can understand some folks being a little bit cagey about that stuff as well, but that's very cool. Keep the brick, lose the terracotta. I mean, maybe, yeah. I want to have the brick be a very occasional thing as well. Like, it's not going to be the majority of the stuff you see here. Not that much. Not that much. Here's another option. Could we maybe do a mix of stone and raw granite and a bit of andesite? I'm also wondering what this is going to look like with new textures, because I might not like it with new textures. I like granite more with the new textures on, to be honest. I think I'm fair to middling on the new andesite. I don't think it's all that great. This is harder than I expected it to be. Lucy the Fur. First time cheering for someone. Hope you did this right. Looks like you did. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you for the 100 bits. Noble Wolf. Hello, welcome along. Let's take all of this stuff up for now. And imagine a world where we just used cobblestone. And we didn't run out of it like 9 blocks in. Should be stone or wood because it'd fit better with the theme of the castle. I mean, yeah. The problem with it being stone is just like looking through this spot in particular. Like if this is all stone, then like everything, if I look this direction, looks real grey. I don't necessarily want this place to be like a grey paradise. I want there to be pops of colour and a little bit of flavour to it all. And the cobblestone has a different vibe to it than most other stone blocks, which is why I don't tend to use it much for texture. But then if we throw some mossy cobblestone in here and there, I wonder if that's enough. Definitely enough to help blend it with the grass colours on the sides. Can move this now. You can imagine mossy cobblestone growing down here underneath this archway because it's not going to dry up as quickly if there's rain. Yeah, with that new texture, it really blends in with the grass in the plains, which is really nice. I wonder if maybe having like a sort of through line of mossy cobblestone in all of this would help somewhat. Sort of like that. I think it looks good in these textures. I think in default, the mossy cobblestone is just going to look too bright green. It's not as good. But then we're going to be in new textures soon anyway. I am unsure at this stage. Mossy Cobble is one of your favorite, like, and yeah, in the new texture, it's really nice change. It's got the same kind of green that mossy stone brick has. So yeah, I think it's a very good change. I think one of the things I'm happiest about with the new textures is the fact that all of the leaves look different now. Which is a change that's been needed for a while. Just Acacia and Dark Oak having their own leaf textures is kind of a huge deal for me. Should build a flower garden. I probably will at some point. Put in the odd, like, cracked stone brick here and there. Especially as we get into the hall over here. It's got potential. I won't argue with that. It's got potential. And I think if we put a bit more stuff in here, a bit more set dressing, it'd fit in quite nicely. Like, again, if we had, say, like, some barrels in here, and if you put in stuff like that, it definitely takes away from the fact that this whole vista is just grey, grey, grey as far as the eye can see. Dried coral might work. It is definitely a different brand of grey. It's more of like a warmer grey colour. But the problem with it is acquiring it in large quantities. Oh my gosh! Tiggybot with a $10. Hate buying bits, so take this tip. Thank you. I will take it. Very kind of you. Thank you so much for the $10 tip. Can you see some hype in the chat, please? Sorry for the jump scare. Anybody who's still not used to my donation noises. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, I think I might go with cobblestone and a bit of the stone brick in there. A bit of the cracked stone brick. Just as the occasional accent block. Because new textures. I mean, let's be real. That ain't looking bad. And imagine those logs are barrels. And you're most of the way there. The oxide daisies look so cool. I'm having to consider these textures more and more as 1.14 approaches. Kurokov, hello. First time seeing me was the Hermitcraft recap. Been watching the tutorial series playing on your own server. Thanks for the awesome content. Hey, no problem. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Putting this castle together has been really fun for the series as well. Now we've got a whole lot of stuff that we can show off in tomorrow's or Tuesday's episode. In the episode I record tomorrow, which is going to be for Tuesday. I'm still working on exactly how we can frame that door a little better, but I think it's not looking too terrible so far. No longer loving it with the 5 bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Who knew what's the main purpose of this series? The Minecraft Survival Guide is a tutorial series I do in which, with a focus on building and exploring game mechanics, I provide tutorials for people who are new to Minecraft or maybe Minecraft veterans who just feel like they need to brush up on their skills a little bit. Here on the stream, we tend to do a lot of the grind work, the behind-the-scenes stuff for the series, resource gathering, drafting builds, and things like that. And in this case, I've been working on this castle basically all week since last Monday. It's coming together very well. And here on the stream, we're working on gateways and stuff right now. The doors and infrastructure of this castle, the stuff that's going to take us around to the different areas. I need to get a way up there somehow. I think what we might do in here Rain Fairy tutorial series has really helped me out. Thank you so much, Pixel Rift. I'm a veteran player, but I never truly played survival often. Oh my gosh, Tiggybot with another 10 bucks. You love jump scares, you just hit affiliate, and when you stream, you always get spooked. Best spooks, in my opinion. No, I absolutely agree. Thank you so much, and congrats on getting affiliate as well. That's really cool. Affiliate is the new partner, as anybody who's familiar with the stream will probably tell you. So what we're going to do over here is have like a walkway across the side of the room. I think this is maybe going to be like I want to say a mess hall of sorts over on this side, because the barracks and stuff is going to be over here. And maybe this room opposite is going to be the mess hall for them, but I don't know. Or maybe this is going to be something else. But I think I want to have like a section that goes up the side here, like a set of stairs up the wall on this side, and then have this stretch across the room like so. Wish you could stream more, but you're going to be gone for 3 months worth it though. Yeah, no, absolutely. It definitely sounds like it's going to be worthwhile. "180 people watching with the masters on" is pretty great. I wonder what the cross section is. What the no hilarity with a single bit. Thank you for the bit. I wonder what the kind of like Venn diagram is of people who like Minecraft and also watch golf. I see it's going well. How are you? Hope you're having a good one. We put something across there like that. And then maybe some sort of implication that this is supported somehow. Yeah, not terrible. Festival of the Spoken Nerd had an awesome 5-way Venn diagram. No hilarity with 40 bits. Pronounce the username right. Most people say no Hillary. I know hilarity when I see it. Believe me. Let's actually bring that up. Put another spruce trapdoor there. Maybe this needs to be stairs instead of slabs. So it's a bit of a shorter span here. I don't know. Because with slabs, a staircase comes down to there, which is long. Maybe it could be a mixture. Throw down some spruce stairs. Yeah, it stops like a couple of blocks earlier, like this. course, I'm out of logs again, so we'll put an oak log in there. I can never quite get stairs to look right. They never really look like they're supported properly. Aside from just, like, blocking it all up like that. Gotta head out, probably won't be able to pop back in until August, but we'll see. I mean, have a fantastic time. I hope everything goes so well for you. And thank you once again for the very generous $20 donation. Go save those turtles. Be there, April O'Neil. Is April O'Neil still a thing? I haven't seen any of the new Ninja Turtles stuff. Uh-oh. We've got Beethoven. There we go. That's that fixed. Beethoven means we've been streaming for 3 hours and 20 minutes. And what a stream it's been. I think we've made some great progress here today. Probably going to stream for another 15. And then we will find somebody to raid. Wonder if Joel's going to be streaming at any point. I feel like now that the time change has happened, I'm not going to like raid anybody right away. But I feel like now the time change has happened, Joel streams a little bit later than usual, so sometimes I'm done with my stream by the time he's starting his. Got a little knight in shining armor over here. Okay. I hear you, villain. That sheep shot an arrow at me. Still working on the castle? We are, M. Shish Kebab, we are. This is coming together pretty well. We're back in the regular textures now, but I've been looking at it with some of the new textures on, and it's looking pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. Let's bring the spruce logs in here and get rid of the oak. Spruce has to be the best, like, log and plank combo. But I'm liking the way this is coming together. I like the door. I'm glad about the door. I think there are some things we can do to tweak it, but I think it's mostly good. I haven't even touched this section over here. This is like the worst part of the castle right now because nothing is going on. But we'll do some stuff with that later, I imagine. We've got the little chapel thing over there. Need to do a gateway here. That might be Tuesday's episode. We've got this section around here, which has some stuff happening. We can go through here, through here. We want a ladder up the wall somewhere around here. I think probably on this side, which I don't have right now. What textures am I using? The default. The current 1.13 default. No hilarity with 4 bits. It's the last of the bits, but I'll sure to get more eventually. What am I most excited for in 1.14? Lanterns, probably. I'm a big fan of lanterns. I like light blocks in general because they just provide a little bit more atmospheric way to mob-proof builds. And as you can see, this build needs a lot of mob-proofing. It's quite a large structure at this stage. Let's take a look at this with some fancy shaders on, though. Kind of want to take us a screenshot or two here and there. Turn down the render quality, though, because otherwise my stuff is going to freak out slightly. There we go. My speakers are making a horrible noise now. It's getting there. Okie doke. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you guys can't hear that noise, but it might be there in the background just a little bit. Move the FOV in for some of these. Can I? Nope, that just makes it a little quieter, I guess. Okay. Yeah, it's very strange. Got to get some nice vanity shots. Does decreasing the FPS help with screenshots? Not at all. It's because my my speakers are on right now. Like, I play with speakers on instead of wearing headphones because Minecraft doesn't make a huge amount of sound. But the speakers, for whatever reason, like whenever my graphics card is doing some work, it makes a really intense kind of noise out of the speakers. It's probably something to do with bad shielding, I think. But as a result, it becomes kind of a pain to have to listen to that all the time. I'd prefer not to. Yeah. Not really that many places we can get a good shot unless we take to the air. Go into spectator mode and take some shots from there. It's coming together. This might get better if you undervolt your GPU, less interference. Yeah, probably. We're going to turn the shaders off for now anyway. Yeah, Silda's Vibrant shaders. Extreme because I can. It's a bit of a flex. Let's turn the FPS back up. I mean, let's cap it at 120 because reasons. But yeah, it just creates this, like, interference crackle that I really don't like. RIP chicken. I put some stone brick stairs around here somewhere, didn't I? Or did I run out of those? There we go. Chicken dinner gets you every time. The chicken dinner clip is just great. I'm so happy we saw that. Witnessing history. All these little details that I feel like we can fit in here are just... maybe not there. Just curve those walls inwards a little bit. I need to fill that in as well. See you later, Jazzy. Yeah. Now, I think we're going to wrap up here, folks. I am done with what I wanted to do for today, and I feel like I'm just wandering around randomly right now. So, let's see if there's anybody out there who we can drop a raid on. Let's see who we got. Slenzy is streaming again. Full Symmetry is streaming from Hermitcraft. Let's get a Minecraft search going. Let's make somebody's day. Let's all raid en masse for somebody who is streaming some Minecraft here. Wow, there's some some pretty intense Spanish streamers right there. Let's see who we got. Grimly is streaming right now. Okay, here's a good idea. Ohana MC, they're doing a charity live stream, second half of a 24-hour charity stream, up until 10 p.m. I'm not sure what that is their time, but we're going to raid Ohana MC. Looks like it's a family-friendly stream, so you guys can rest easy on that score, and I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to use your Pixel Hype emotes and the hashtag Pixel Raid. Show some love over there, and if they are streaming for charity, of course, feel free to donate if you want to support the cause. Thank you so much for a great stream today. Thank you to everybody who has subbed and resubbed. A couple of very generous tips and bit cheers as well. I appreciate you guys so much. We're going to be back for another Choppin' Tuesday this coming Tuesday. I hope you guys will enjoy your weekend and enjoy the Survival Guide episodes this week. I will see you guys then. Take care. Bye for now.